mentioned, we're going to be talking about all the different parts of organizing a meeting, because it's not just during the meeting. There's a lot of planning that needs to take before. There's a lot of thinking during the meeting. There's a lot of follow-up that needs to happen after. And then there's also ongoing things to think about throughout the entire process. I want you to pause the video at the moment and take some notes on what you think you need to be doing before a meeting. Great. I hope you've taken some time to write down what you think happens before a meeting. Let's talk about some of them. The first one is sending the invite. You really need to think about the logistics. Now, I know that sometimes there'll be virtual meetings or in-person meetings, but really the first thing that you should be considering is what is the space going to be like? If it's virtual or physical, what tools or capabilities do you need? If it's in a physical place, do you need a whiteboard? If it's going to be with 10 people, is it better to do it virtually? And there's a lot of things that you need to figure out, and you need to do a bit of practice as well. I'd recommend speaking to different people because I can't give clear guidance on every single type of meeting. But standard things to think about in a virtual meeting, try having a whiteboard. Try engaging people with some action so that they turn their video on so that you can engage and understand them better and read their body language, as body language is an important part throughout meetings. If it's physical, make sure the room's big enough and that you do have whiteboards as well if needed, or a projector. The next important part is when you're sending out your meeting, please send an agenda. It's really important to set out what the objective is and what you're planning on covering. The next part is around the actual order of it. Don't start with the end. You need to actually go and take people on the journey. The next part, and as I've mentioned many times before, is you need to think about your audience. Who is this for? What is the message you're trying to convey? And who needs to be there for that? So make sure you only invite the people who need to be there. So the people who need to have decisions or be consulted. If they only really need to be informed, they can do so through an email. It doesn't have to be in a meeting. And try reducing meetings where possible. People don't love meetings. The other part is try not to have any surprises during the meeting. If you have senior stakeholders and you're going to tell them some surprising news, try having one-on-ones more personally before to inform them, or get them on your side if you need them to help support you in a decision. You need to think about if this is going to be a directive meeting, so you're trying to get to a direct outcome and make a choice, or is it discovery, more brainstorming and different thinking around it. It's really important to figure that out so you get the clear structure and have the support needed. Finally, prepare some questions as well before that you want to try getting answered. If you want more information on how to run effective meetings, go to the link below and check out the full course.